Hi. In this lesson, I suggest dealing with the automatic generation of our index file with a router. The thing is, every time you add some query or procedure, you'll have to do the following. Imagine that we've already added a procedure for creating an idea. You would come here, write create idea here, have create idea here, and then you would need to copy all this, paste it here, and do it like this. Well, it's kind of a hassle and inconvenient. Why can't we just use our TypeScript, JavaScript, to go through the files and dynamically import them? Technically, we can. And the code will even work, but the types won't work. Our types are static, and they need to understand where everything comes from to be able to report these types to us and for us to have auto-completion and other TypeScript benefits. Therefore, generating an index file requires some workarounds rather than directly during runtime through imported files. For this, the generate index extension is perfect. Let's see how it works. Ultimately, we'll just press a hotkey and our file will automatically include the necessary paths. Look, we can do the following, like this. This construction looks like this. Look at what it means. These are basically regular code comments, so they don't affect execution. But the generate index extension pays attention to them. And inside it, there's basically regular JavaScript. What's happening here? Here, a certain function index will be called, which takes a template for file search as its first parameter. That is, it tells it to search inside this folder, within it, at any nesting level, for files named index.ts. It will find them all. So here we'll have this file and that file. It will find them all, and then for each file, it will call this function, where f will store information about the file. What we return from this function will simply be output on each new line. So let's try to run what we have written now and see how it looks. Generate index. I called the command palette and found the generate index command. Here I am calling it. And what did it do? It simply returned a string in JSON format that was in variable f. There we have an object with the file path, file name, and extension. The name and extension aren't of interest for our task. We are interested in the path. I'll save it here separately so you can see what it looks like. And now we need to somehow edit this function so that it returns something like this. And here begins the usual JavaScript. Since this is not a JavaScript writing course per se, but rather a guide on how to create a full-fledged product using all the proposed technologies, I'll simply copy the JavaScript for now. And I'll go through it briefly, but won't delve too deeply into it. The code will look like this. Let's first check that it works. Generate index. Yes, for example, I deleted all these files. I call generate index and it generates everything for me. What happened here? That same import function, and we're returning to a string. In this string, the first word is import, as we can see it. Then there's a space, then a curly brace. Then we call through the $sign, a kind of slicing. We insert a variable, yes, so this dollar is not red, but everything inside it is red, up to here. So we take the path that we got. The path was like this, right? We take the path, split it, you heard it, cut off the last piece. We literally cut the index with this command, and then with .pop we extracted this getIdea, and then appended to it. We extracted getIdea and appended it. That's all. Then a simple curly brace from and now we need an address. What address do we have? Just split again and remove the last part. We don't need the correspondence index here. Remove the last part and glued it again. And here we got a path. Then we closed with this quote, and this is the closure of the string we return. So we got this. But this is not enough yet. We also need to generate this part. Right now, It's not generating logically, but it should generate. Let's generate it. There's code with similar logic. We just inserted it. Let's check that it works. Removed everything, clicked Generate Index. Index generated properly. Well, it's the same here. Broke it into segments, cut off the first part, took it, and then took the last part, essentially the second to last part. Here it is. Get ideas? And then it's the same here. Took the second to last part, appended it to itrpc root, and the index file is generated. It's a very convenient extension. It also has command line management. You can even set up file watching, but it's not very convenient. You already have one process with the backend, one with a web app. I see no point in maintaining a third process for index generation. We simply added a mutation, came here, and called this generate index, and it is also relevant. This extension is very well suited. For example, when you have a bunch of icons in the project, all located in the icons folder, and you want to import them all into the icon component. A classic case as well. Yes, please use it too, and generate those files for yourself. Very convenient thing. I recommend it to everyone. Thank you. Let's move on.